And welcome back. I did a Disturbed song a while ago, which I absolutely loved, and it was called A Reason to Fight. And after that, people started suggesting that I check out a track called Down with the Sickness. And it was specifically pointed out that I need to do the uncensored lyric version, and someone kindly sent me the link to that. So that is today's reaction. I love the sound of this already. There is a reason that they had to create a censored version, which means that the uncensored version must be a little bit naughty, so that makes me want to check it out. And a few people said that I would like this because the whole track is a metaphor of how modern society treats people who are different. So I think that's very fitting for this channel, as I do have the propensity for talking about things to do with health inequality and wealth inequality, you know, thinking particularly back to my money game reactions. So let's check this out. Let's get into it right now.
You feel that? Ah, shit.
Oh, I have heard this before, actually. I don't know any of the words, though, and I didn't know it was by Disturbed.
Drowning deep in my sea of loathing, broken, your serpentine. Will you give it to me? It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, violently it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon. Yeah, me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on,
This looks
get
like a
down with
chorus.
the
So this looks like a chorus. So let's have a very quick overview of some of the lyrics here that I've also got in front of me. So drowning deep in my sea of loathing, it seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, you've woken up the demon. So it looks like feeling low, feeling shit, and when feeling like that, something else starts to stir. Something has been awoken and it's not coming back down. This could be something like anger. This could be something like frustration. This could be stuff that's happened to you or you've seen happen to other people. Stuff that has been suppressed for a while and it can't stay processed. It needs to come out. It's not even like it wants to come out. It's like it needs to come out. Love the sound of this though. This is pretty heavy, at least for this channel so far. Okay, the hate. That's the Okay, so he's calling the thing that's coming up, there's a demon, he is calling it the sickness. He said, open up your hate, let it flow into me. You know, madness is the gift that has been given to me. And I find this really interesting that he frames this as being a sickness. You know, it's a really interesting choice of words. And I'm thinking back to those original comments about this being about society. So society says it's a sickness, and that's probably therefore how he sees it, or at least, you know, he's portraying it as such. But is it a sickness? Let's consider this at the end. Let's not get into this right now.
the sickness. You mother get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you the sickness
Rising up,
is
it's getting stronger.
Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has
replacing
died
him.
and is decaying.
The hate is replacing everything good. It's unstoppable, it's so powerful.
It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes.
Living with, so it's been going on for a while.
Now the world is a scary place. Now that you've woken up the demon, the enemy. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it open to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And this is the gift that has been given to me. Every when I dream,
What happens when you dream?
every when I dream, every when I dream.
What happens when you dream?
And when I dream, you love me, don't do it again, don't do it again. I'll be a good boy, I'll be a good boy, I promise. No, mommy, don't hit me. Ow, I never hit me like that, mommy. Don't do it, you're hurting me. Ow, I have to be such a bitch. Why don't you? Why you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just fuck up and die? Why can't you just leave me and die? Never stick your hand in my face, I can't bitch. Fuck you! I don't need this shit, you stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore. Would you like to see how it feels, mommy? Here it comes, get ready to die! Oh, get up, come on, get down.
Firstly, I've suddenly got goosebumps, which is interesting. And let's just take a moment to... What? That can't be literal, surely. Is this where the sickness is coming from? Is that what is rising up? I don't know, let's play out... I don't know why I'm laughing. Let's play out the rest of the track and see what comes up.
Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and then it open to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness has now come over me.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. What do I say about this? Now, something that I'm keeping in mind and what I was thinking about whilst I was watching this is what I said earlier and what that person said to me in their message, which is that this song is something to do or might have something to do, and it's a metaphor for how modern society, treats people who are different. And once you know something, you can't unknow it. So I'm holding that in my mind. So it seems like here we have this person who has been repressing some sort of anger or emotion, and probably for a long period of time, because they're talking about it being difficult to live with these changes. So I don't think it's a sudden change. I think it's something that's been changing over time, and that could be repression because of their own perspective on anger and perhaps their own learning history and previous experiences, which are perhaps don't show anger. Anger is bad. So they learn to keep it in. And now it's coming up because it has to go somewhere. You can't keep this stuff in, not over a long period of time anyway. But there's also something here, I think, about what society says about the expression of emotion, and especially emotions such as anger, sadness, fear. And that obviously impacts on the ability to genuinely express how one is feeling. Because if everyone is saying, don't feel this way, it is bad, or it's wrong, then first of all, you don't let people know that you're feeling that way when you are feeling that way. And secondly, that generates this relationship with that feeling, this relationship that says it's not right and you shouldn't be feeling that way in the first place. But none of that is particularly helpful to anyone, because eventually emotions have to come out. They're giving us a message. They want to be acted on. And they generally come out as a behavior, as in things that we do. And as acceptance and commitment therapy is my main modality, once again, and I say it all the time on this channel, I would say acceptance or learning better acceptance skills is the way forward. So by acceptance, I mean being willing to be present with unpleasant emotions, thoughts, and feelings, so with unpleasant stuff. Not purposely pushing them away, pushing them down, trying to be alongside them and pursuing a meaningful and valued life with them in your presence. And if you feel something like anger, anger has a function. It's there to let you know that something unfair or unjust has been done to you or another person. And anger gives you that motivation to act. It gives you that motivation to do something about it. So it has a use. It's useful. So use it for that purpose. And then we had that bit, I don't know what it's called in the song. Is it a bridge? I'm not sure if it is a bridge. It sounds like the abuse between a mother and a son. And the son has had enough of how they're being treated, how they're perhaps being neglected, how they're being hurt, how they're being abused, and the anger rises within the son. And the son ends up having enough and attacks the mother. And I don't know if he kills the mother or not, but they attack the mother. Now, I don't know if they're referring to something real here. I don't want to say it's not based on an actual experience, because if it is real, I don't want to take away from that. I don't want to feel like I'm minimizing that experience, because people who have been through that quite often find that it's really hard to get people to actually believe them or believe the extent of what they've been through. So I certainly don't want to be taking that away from someone's experience. But this is music. This is art, and the more I get into these reactions, the more I understand the depth of some of these lyrics. I used to, when I listen to lyrics, just think of the surface level, what you hear, and not the kind of inferences underneath. And I'm getting better at that now. And I do wonder if this is still part of that metaphorical perspective here, that the son is in some way like a son, or a person in general, a person in today's society. A mother is some sort of general hierarchical power treating the son poorly. When I say hierarchical power, I don't just mean like government. I mean just society in general, and kind of, what people think and views that they try to impose on you. So perhaps that society, that mother is consistently hammering the son with messages about what to feel, what not to feel, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, trying to fit someone in a box in a way that isn't keeping with who they want to be. And eventually that person has enough. That person fights back. The anger comes up. It motivates them to fight back, to try and destroy that power so it doesn't have it over them anymore. And I think they framed that actually really cleverly now I think about it a bit more. That's a cool metaphor. It's a hard metaphor to listen to. But the thing with metaphors is they have to relate a concept of one thing that you don't understand to a concept of something that you do understand, so you can relate them together. That's why metaphors work so well in therapy. But that's if you have had someone who's been through that, that's a difficult metaphor to hear. It's very brave. It's a very brave metaphor, but it's powerful. It hits the mark. I don't know. Sometimes I say stuff and it seems like I've just said a load of bollocks, and I'm not sure whether this is one of those times. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. This was a great share. I really like getting some more of this heavy stuff onto the channel. I can see some people have requested Linkin Park, so there's some Linkin Park on the way. People have suggested Slipknot. I've heard hardly any Slipknot in the past, so that looks really interesting. I always hear that kind of metal music, heavy rock have a lot of topics around mental health, so that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Obviously there's some more Juice WRLD on the way, and those kind of original tracks that I started with, some more Ren, more X, more NF, Carrying That Journey, more 21 Pilots on the way, more Lil Peep. I've got a whole load of stuff on the way. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.